about making noise, Sonny. I'm awake.
Yes, sir.
Pretty nice.
Yes, ma'am.
Couldn't you sleep?
No, ma'am.
Why couldn't you sleep?
I don't know, Mama. I just couldn't. Couldn't you sleep?
No, I haven't been to bed at all yet.
There's going to be a bad accident at that corner one of these days.
I wouldn't be surprised. The whole state of Texas will find its death on the highways. I never could see what pleasure they get out of driving those cars as fast as they do. Do you?
No, but there's a lot of things I don't understand, Mama. Never did and never will, I guess.
Is Jessie May asleep?
Yes, ma'am. That's why I thought I better come out here. I got to tossing and turning so much, I was afraid I was going to wake up Jessie May.
You're not worried about your job, are you, son?
No, ma'am. I don't think so. Everybody seems to like me there. I'm thinking about asking for a raise.
You should, as hard as you work.
Why couldn't you sleep, Mama?
Oh, because there's a full moon. I never could sleep when there was a full moon. Even back in Bountiful, after working in the field all day, my legs would be so tired I think they give out. Let there be a full moon and I just toss the night through. I give up on trying to sleep on nights like this. I just sit and look out the window and think my thoughts. I remember once, when you were little, I got you up, got you dressed, and took you outside for a walk with me. Do you remember?
No, ma'am.
You don't?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I do. I remember just like it was yesterday. I got you up and got you dressed, took you outside, and there was an old dog howling away off somewhere. And you got scared and started crying. I said, son, why are you crying? You said somebody told you that when a dog howled, the person was dying somewhere. I held you close because you were trembling with fear, and you asked me to explain to you about dying. I said you were too young to worry about things like that for a long time to come. A penny for your thoughts.
Ma'am,
A penny for your thoughts.
I didn't have any, Mama. You know, I wish we had a yard here. Part of my trouble is that I get no exercise. It's funny the things you think about when you can't sleep. I was trying to think of that song I always liked to hear you sing back home. I'd always laugh when you'd sing it.
What song was that, son?
I don't remember the name. I just remember I'd always laugh when you'd sing it.
Oh, yes, that old song. What was the name of it?
I don't know.
Well, let me see. Oh, I hate when I can't remember something. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Oh, I used to think I was gonna buy you the world back then. I remember remarking to my papa about it. But he said the world just couldn't be bought. I didn't rightly know what he meant by it then. Louie? No. No. Would you like me to make you some hot milk?
Yes, ma'am, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. If that mockingbird don't sing, Mama's gonna buy you a diamond ring. Ludi?
Come on in, Jessie May. Mama's not asleep.
Would you like some butter and some pepper and some salt in it?
Yes, ma'am, if it's not too much trouble.
No trouble at all.
Ludi, why don't you turn on the lights? I don't see the sense of sitting around in the dark. I don't know what woke me. I was sleeping, sound as law. All of a sudden I woke up and looked over and you weren't there. Where's your mama?
In the kitchen,
What's she doing out there?
fixing me a cup of hot milk.
Putter. Honestly, Ludi, couldn't you sleep?
Uh-uh.
How do you expect to work tomorrow if you don't get your rest, Ludi?
Well, I'm hoping the cup of hot milk will make me sleepy. I slept last night. I don't know what got into me tonight.
You didn't sleep the night before last.
I know, but I slept the night before that.
I don't think your mama's even been to bed. What's the matter with you that you can't sleep, Mother Watts?
There's a full moon, Jessie May.
What's that got to do with it?
I never could sleep when there was a full moon.
That's just your imagination. Honestly, I don't know what's the matter with you all. I've never had trouble sleeping in my life. I guess I have a clear conscience. The only time I remember having had any trouble sleeping was that night I spent out at Bountiful. The mosquitoes like to chew me up. I never saw such mosquitoes. Regular gallows nippers. Mother Watts, what did you do with that recipe Rosella gave me on the phone this morning?
What recipe is that, Jessie May?
What recipe was that? I only gave you one. You remember I asked you to find me a pencil.
Well, I remember something about that.
And then I gave it to you and asked you to put it away on top of my dresser.
Jessie May, I don't remember you giving me any recipe.
I swear, Mother Watts, you have no memory at all anymore.
Jessie May, I think my memory...
I gave it to you this morning, right here in this very room. I said to please put it away on top of my dresser, and you went out holding it in your hand.
I did.
Yes, you did.
And it wasn't there?
No, ma'am.
It wasn't on your dresser?
No, I looked just before I went to bed.
Well, let me look around for it.
My memory's definitely going. You know, it's no wonder you can't sleep, Ruby. You get up in the morning, go to work, come home, eat your supper, read the paper, and go right off to bed. Well, every couple I know goes out 3 or 4 times a week. I know we couldn't afford it before, so I kept quiet about it. But now you are working again. And I don't think a picture show once or twice a week would break us. We don't have a car, we don't go to nightclubs, we've just got to do something.
Okay, why don't we go out one night this week?
I mean, I think we have to. I was talking to Rosella about it on the telephone, and she said she just didn't see how we stood it staying so close here. And I told her, Rosella, we've got Mother Watts, and it's hard for us to leave her alone.
When did you and Rosella get friendly again?
This morning, she called me up on the telephone, said she'd quit being mad if I would. I said, shucks, I wasn't mad in the first place. She was the one that was mad. And I told her I was plain spoken and said exactly what I felt. People would just have to take me as I am or leave me alone. I said furthermore, I was honest when I remarked that the beauty parlor must have seen her a long way coming, and they charged her good money for that last permanent they gave her. She said she agreed with me now entirely and would stop patronizing that beauty parlor. Rosella said definitely she can't have any children. Walk, don't run. You know your mother's pension check ought to be the other day? It's the 18th, I swear it was due. I just don't understand about the government always late. Did you find it?
Not yet.
Well then, forget about it. Look for it in the morning.
No, I'm going to look for it until I find it.
Honestly, Louie, she's so stubborn. I just love this song and this singer. I could listen to them all day. What are they knocking about for? Do you consider this song too loud?
Well, there's no sense arguing with them, Jessie May.
Well, we'd like it if we didn't breathe.
Well, it is kind of late, Jessie May.
Who was the captain in Mutiny on the Bounty?
Search me.
Well, they're running a contest in here, but I never saw such hard questions. Rosella said that Jim used to have trouble sleeping. She said a man told him to lie on his back and count backwards, and that would cure it. He tried it, and she said it did. She said you start with 100, and instead of counting forwards, you count backwards. 100, 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. Well, she said it just knocked him out.
Jessie May, maybe we can take in a baseball game one night this week. The series is getting exciting, and I think Houston's got one of the best teams they've had in a long time. And I'd sure like to be there when they play Shreveport. I used to like to play baseball back in Bountiful. I used to rather play baseball than eat when I was a kid.
Well, come on. Let's go to bed. There goes another car smashed up. Nope, they yesterday in the Chronicle. One right on top of another. I bet they were all drunk. Been down to Galveston, gambling likely. I think the whole of Houston goes to Galveston, gambling and drinking. Everybody but us, that is. I don't see how some people hold down a job the way they drink and gamble, do you?
No, I don't.
That's why I told Rosella I could hardly keep from calling up your boss and giving him a piece of my mind for paying you the salary he pays you. Like I told Rosella, you're so steady and so conscientious, and they just take advantage of your good nature. Maybe you're too steady. Well, Rosella was glad to hear you're working again. She said she was cleaning out some drawers night before last and had come across some pictures she'd taken when we started going together. I said, I don't care to see them, no thank you. The passing of time just makes me sad. That's why I'd never like a house with a room to keep a lot of junk in, to remind you of things you're better off forgetting. If we ever get any money, you wouldn't catch me buying a house. I'd move into a hotel and get me room service.
Found your recipe, Jessie May.
Well, thank you, but I told you not to bother. Where'd you find it?
In your room.
In my room. Where in my room?
In your dresser drawer.
In my dresser drawer.
Yes, ma'am.
On the watch.
Yes, ma'am.
Lodi, how many times have I asked her never to go in my dresser drawer?
I thought you wanted me to find your recipe.
Well, I'd like a little privacy, if you don't mind.
Yes, ma'am.
Just let me catch you never looking in my dresser drawer again for anything. Well, I can't stand people snooping in my dresser drawer.
Well, then next time, find it yourself.
Pick that recipe up, if you please.
Pick it up yourself. I have no intention of picking it up.
You pick that up.
I will.
Mama!
You will.
Jessie May! For God's sakes, you're both acting like children. It's 1:30 in the morning.
You tell her to pick that up.
I won't.
You will. This is my house and you'll do as you're told. Well, I hope you're satisfied. You got Looney good enough set. They won't sleep for the rest of the night. What do you want to do? Get him sick again? Shut up! No, one of these days you're going to go too far with me, old lady. I can't take it anymore, Louie. I'm at the end of my rope. I won't take being insulted by your mother or anyone else. You hear that?
Mama, will you give this recipe back to Jessie May?
All right, Luda.
And Mama, will you please tell Jessie May you're sorry?
Luda.
Please, Mama.
All right, Luda.
Jessie May!
What do you want, Ludi?
Mama has something to say to you.
What is it?
I'm sorry I threw your recipe on the floor.
Will I accept your apology? Now come on. Let's all go to bed.
All right.
You better go to bed too, Mother Bob. A woman your age ought to have better sense than to sit up half the night.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night, Mama.
Good night, Luda.
Jessie May, I know it's hard and all, but for your own sake, I think sometimes if you just ignore certain things.
Ignore? How can you ignore something that's done right under your very nose?
Look, Jessie May.
I know her, Ludi. She does things just to aggravate me. Well, I hope she's happy now. She aggravated me. Now you take her head sick. She never starts until I come into a room. And her pal? Well, sometimes she spends a whole day just staring out the window. How would you like to spend 20 more hours a day shut up with a woman that either sang hymns or stared out the window and pouted? You couldn't ignore it? Don't tell me you could. No, the only thing you can do is to say quit it every time she does something like that until she stops. What's wrong?
I'm not saying it's easy, Jessamy. I'm only saying...
Well, let's just change the subject. I don't want to get mad all over again. I'm so nervous and never know when I leave whether she's going to try and run off to that old town.
She's not going to run off again, Jessamy. She promised me she wouldn't.
Well, what she promised?
Well, she can't run off, Jessamy. Her pension check hasn't come. You said yourself.
I'm not too sure that pension check hasn't come. I think she hides that check. And I'll tell you right now, if it's not here tomorrow, I'm going to search this whole house from top to bottom.
Well, I know the check will come tomorrow, Jessamy.
Well, I hope so. Rosella thinks it's terrible how close I have to stay here. So I told her ever since your mother started that running off business, I don't feel easy going. I used to love it when I could get up from the breakfast table, with an easy mind, and go downtown and shop all morning, and then get a sandwich and a Coke, or a salad at the cafeteria, see a picture show in the evening. That was fun. Think your mother's still up?
Mama, are you still up?
Yes, I am. I'm not sleepy yet. You go on back to bed and don't worry about me.
All right.
Was she still up?
Yeah.
I knew it. You know, the only time I get to go out of this house is to go to the beauty parlor. And I'm not giving that up for anyone. I told Rosella that. I said no one was more faithful to a husband than I was to Looney when he was sick. But even then I went to the beauty parlor at least once a week. I mean, I had to.
Well, I wanted you to.
I know you did. That was a good supper we had tonight, wasn't it?
Uh-huh. Mama's a good cook.
Yes, she is. And an economical one. Well, she enjoys it. I guess you're born to enjoy it. I, for one, could never understand getting any pleasure standing over a hot stove all day, but she seems to. You know, Rosella asked me if I realized it's been 5 years this August since we were married. I hadn't realized it, have you?
That's right. It'll be 5 years this August.
Well, I hate to think of time going that fast. But I never will forget the night I came home and told Rosella you proposed. I thought you were the handsomest man alive.
And I thought you were the prettiest girl.
Did you, Louie? Well, I guess I did have my good features. People used to tell me I looked like a cross between Joan Crawford and Clara Bow. And I thought you were the smartest man in the world. Still do. The thing that burns me up is you don't let other people know it.
Jessamy, I gotta start making some more money. I'm thinking about asking for a raise. I'm entitled to it. I've been there 6 months now, and I haven't been late or sick once. I've got to do it. I've got to ask for a raise tomorrow. I'm going to walk into Mr. Douglas' office first thing in the morning, and I'm going to say, Mr. Douglas, I got to have a raise starting as of now. We just can't live on what you pay us. We have Mother's pension check to help us out, and if it wasn't for that, I don't know what we would do.
Well, I would.
I don't understand it, Jessamy. I try not to be bitter. I try not to... Oh, I don't know. All I know is that a man works for a company for 8 years, he saves a little money, and then he gets sick and has to spend 2 years in bed watching all his savings go. Then he's got to start all over again with a new company. Of course, the doctor says I shouldn't worry about it. He says I got to take things as they come every day. And that's what I try and do. How can you help worrying when you end up every month hoping that you're going to make ends meet?
You can't help being nervous. Everybody gets nervous. Now, what's this book?
I bought it at the drugstore. I'm coming home from the office.
How to Become an Executive. What's that about?
It tells you how to prepare yourself for an executive position. Seems like there can be some helpful things in it.
Are you sleepy yet?
No, I'm not yet.
Me either. I wish we had something good to eat. I wish the drugstore was open. We could get us some ice cream. I wish I had my movie magazine.
Where is it?
In the living room.
I'll get it.
No, I don't want to get your mother away. Rosella cried like her heart would break when she told me she couldn't have any children. She asked me how I stood at not having any children. Well, I said, I don't know about looting, because you can't always tell what he feels, but... Well, I stand by never thinking about it. I have my own philosophy about these things anyway. I believe things like that are in the hands of the Lord, don't you?
I guess so.
I've been as good a wife to you as I know how, but if the good Lord doesn't want to give us children, all the worrying in the world won't help, do you think?
No, it won't.
Besides, I don't have the money to be running around to the doctors about it, even if I wanted to.
Jessie Mae, if I get that raise, first thing I want you to do is buy yourself a new dress.
Thank you, Louis. And besides, what would I have done when you were sick if I had a bunch of kids to work?
My boss likes me. Billy Davidson told me today that he was positive he did. Billy's been there 10 years now, you know. Billy said he thought he liked my work a lot. Feeling sleepy now?
Uh-huh. Are you?
Yes, I am. Good night.
Good night.
Mama,
I'm still not sleepy, Ludi.
are you sure you're feeling all right?
Yes, I am.
All right. Good night.
Ludi, I want to go home.
Mama, you know I can't make a living there. We have to live in Houston.
Ludi, son, I can't stay here any longer. I have to go home.
Mama, I beg you not to ask me again. There is nothing I can do about it.
Was she still up?
Uh-huh. Good night.
Good night.
Ludi, it's 8:15 by the drugstore clock.
Yes,
Jesus is calling.
Good morning, Mama.
Good morning, son.
Did you get any sleep at all last
Yes,
night?
I did. Don't worry about me. Calling for you and
Oh,
for
it's too early for him to sing.
Good morning, Jessie Mae.
Good morning, Mother Watts. Louie, will you turn that down before they start knocking again?
You want me to just turn it off?
Well,
I'll have your toast ready for you in a minute.
gotta get me out of this house today, and no more than to ride downtown and back on the bus.
Why don't you?
Well, if your mother's pension check comes, I'll go to the beauty parlor. Just as 10. I think I've got a trip to the beauty parlor coming to me.
We ought to go whether it comes or not. It doesn't cost that much.
Mother Watts, will you run down and see if that pension check has come yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Get me to that beauty parlor.
Yes, ma'am.
She's acting silent. Don't you think she's acting silent?
I hadn't noticed.
She definitely is. To me, that's a sure sign she's going to try and run off when she starts acting silent.
She's not gonna run off again, Jessie Mae. She promised me last time she wouldn't.
Well, what do you want?
Want some more coffee?
Keep your seat, I'll get it.
No, I'll get it.
No, you have work today. You've got a tiring day ahead of you, so rest while you can. Where's Jessie Mae?
Hey, in the kitchen.
Jessie Mae, the mail didn't come yet.
Has it been delivered yet?
I don't think so.
Did you check the other boxes to see if there was mail?
No, I didn't think to.
I'll check it on my way out. Why don't we have an early supper tonight? Say 6:30, if that's all right with you and Mama. Then after supper, I'll take you both out to the picture show.
Sure. What do you want to see?
Oh, whatever you want to see, Jessie Mae. You know best about picture shows. Get into the office a little bit early today. Mr. Douglas is usually in by 9, and I'd like to get a chance to talk to him before the others get there. I think I'm doing the right thing asking for a raise, don't you?
Sure. I think I'll phone the beauty parlor and see if I can get an appointment. Hello, Rita. This is Jessie Mae Watts. I'd like to make an appointment for my hair. The usual. Uh-huh. 4 o'clock, nothing earlier. All right, see you then. Well, I can't get an appointment until 4 o'clock.
Well, I'm all set. Wish me luck.
Good luck, Louie.
Goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, son.
Oh, and holler if there's any mail down there, so we won't be running up and down looking for mail that won't be there.
All right.
You know, your pension check ought to have been here today, hasn't it, Mother Watts?
I reckon so.
No mail for us.
All right. No, I just can't understand about that check, can you?
No, ma'am.
You don't think you left it around the room someplace by mistake and forgot all about it?
I don't believe so.
You know, you lost that check once before, and it took us 5 days to find it. Came across it under this radio.
I don't think I did that again, Jessie Mae.
What am I going to do until 4 o'clock? What are you going to do today?
Well, I'm going to give the kitchen a good cleaning, and then I'm going to put fresh paper on the shelves, and then I'm going to clean out the icebox real good.
Well, I've got plenty I've got to do today. Got a drawer I can clean out, or maybe I'll put some flowers on that red dress of mine. That is, if I wear that red dress tonight. I don't know yet which dress I'm going to wear. Well, if I wear the red dress tonight, I'll wear this print one to the beauty parlor. Mother Watts!
Yes, ma'am?
Walk, don't run. And you never walk when you can run. I wish for once you'd listen to me. I know you don't like me to say anything. Well, I don't think a woman your age should be running around a 3-room apartment like a cyclone. Now, it's really not necessary, Mother Watts. You never walk when you can run. Now, I wish for once you'd listen to me.
I'm listening, Jessie Mae.
You're not listening to a word, Mother Watts.
Yes, I am.
Are you all right? You look a little pale.
Oh, I'll be fine, Jessie Mae.
Do you need anything from the drugstore?
No. Let me think a minute.
Because if you do want to go down to the drugstore and get me a Coke, we don't need toothpaste, we don't need toothbrushes. got Listerine yesterday. Can you think of anything we need from the drugstore?
Did you get that nail polish you mentioned?
Yes, I have that. I think I'll phone Rosella and see if she'll meet me at the drugstore for a coat.
Oh, and Jesus is calling.
Mother Watts, you quit that hymn singing? Making me nervous. Do you want me to jump right out of my skin? You know what hymns do to my nerves. And quit that pouting. You know I can't stand pouting.
I wasn't pouting, Jessie May. I only meant to be silent.
Well, what do you know? She's not home. You know, I bet she's at the drugstore right now. I think I'll head over to the drugstore and just take a chance on Rosella's being there. Well, I don't know what movie I'm going to see tonight. Well, I'll ask Rosella. You know, when I first moved to Houston, I saw 3 picture shows in one day. I went to the Kirby in the morning, the Metropolitan in the afternoon, and the Majestic that evening. People just don't go see picture shows the way they used to. Well, I'm ready. Would you quit that noise for a minute? I'm nervous. I just want you to promise me one thing, that you won't set a foot out of this house and start that Bountiful business again. You'll kill Louie if he has to chase all over Houston looking for you. I wish for once you'd think of it.
I'm all right, Jessica.
Is it your heart?
No, it's just another sinking spell. I'll
you-
be fine. Just let me sit and rest a minute.
Can I get you a glass of water?
Thank you.
Do you want me to call a doctor?
No, ma'am.
Do you want me to call Ludi?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Are you feeling any better?
Yes, I'm feeling much better.
Do you think you should get up so soon?
Oh, yes, I'm feeling much better. I think I'll sit back down, rest a little longer.
All right. I'll sit right here and keep you company. How are you feeling now?
Better.
Good. Scares the daylights out of me when you get one of those sinking spells. It's like I told you this morning, you wouldn't be having those sinking spells if you'd stop all this running around. Well, it's your heart. If you don't want to take care of it, no one can make you. I wish for once you'd think of Louie. He's got enough to worry him without you getting down flat on your back. Hello? Oh, hello, Rosella. You're at the drugstore. That's just what I figured, but... Well, Rosella, I'd love to, but Mother Watts has had a sinking spell again.
Just May.
Hold on.
I'm feeling better. I'm just going to sit here and rest a while. Why don't you go on ahead? There's nothing you can do for me.
Are you sure?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure.
All right. Rosella, Mother Watts says she won't need me here, so I think I will come down for a little while. All right. Bye. Now, are you sure you won't need anything?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sure.
All right. But if you do, I'll be down at the drugstore. You call me, you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
Got to take any money along with me. Who are you riding to?
Oh, I thought I'd drop Callie Davis a line and let her know I'm still alive.
Why'd you decide to do that all of a sudden?
No reason. The notion just struck me.
All right. If you're trying to pull something over with me about that pension check, I've told Mr. Reynolds at the grocery store never to cash anything for you.
I'd like a ticket to Old Gulf, please.
Yes, ma'am. Here you are. Change buses at Harrison.
I know. How much?
$4.80.
Thank you.
Ma'am, it's your turn.
Excuse me. I'd like a ticket to Bountiful, please.
Where?
Bountiful.
What's it near?
It's between Harrison and Cotton.
Just a minute. Ma'am, I can sell you a ticket to Cotton or to Harrison, but there's no Bountiful.
Well, yes, there is.
Ma'am, you say there is, but the book says there isn't. And the book don't lie.
But,
Make up your mind, ma'am. Cotton or Harrison, there are people waiting.
well, all right. How much is a ticket to Harrison?
$3.50.
And Cotton?
$4.20.
I'd like a ticket to Harrison, please.
Okay, that'll be $3.50, please.
$3.50. Excuse me, could you cash a check for me? I had to leave in a hurry this morning. I decided to come at the last minute, didn't have time to stop by the grocery store.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I can't cash any checks.
Well, it's perfectly good. It's a government check.
I'm sorry, it's against the rules to cash checks.
Oh, I see. I understand. A rule is a rule. How much is that again?
$3.50.
$3.50. All right. I've got it all right here. Nickels, dimes, and quarters. There's $50, $1.50, $2, $2.50, $3.50.
Thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Thank you for. Sorry I took up so much of your time.
Here, ma'am. Don't forget your ticket.
Oh my heavens! I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached to my neck. Good evening.
Good evening.
Is this seat taken?
No, ma'am.
Are you expecting anyone?
No, ma'am.
May I sit here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you very much. Excuse me, would you watch my suitcase for a minute?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you very much. It's a little warm in here when you're rushing around.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I had to get myself ready in the biggest kind of hurry today.
Are you going on a trip?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to get to a town nobody's ever heard of around here.
Now, what town is that?
Bountiful.
Oh,
Ever hear of it?
no.
See? Nobody has. Well, I guess it's not much of a town now, I guess. I haven't seen it myself in 20 years. But it used to be quite prosperous. All they have left now is a post office and a village station and a general store. Or at least they did when I left.
Do your people live there?
Oh, no, my people are all dead. Oh, except my son and his wife, Jessie Mae. They live here in the city. I'm hurrying to get to Bountiful before I die. I had another sinking spell this morning. I had to sit down and rest. Oh, it's my heart.
Do you have a bad heart?
Well, it's not what you call a good one. But the doctor says it'll last as long as I need it if I could just cut out worrying. Would you keep an eye on my suitcase again?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there anything wrong?
No, I'm just a little nervous, that's all. Goodbye, honey. Say a prayer for me. Good luck to you. Good luck.
You want to sit down, Jessie Mae?
Yes, I do. If you want to continue looking around, go ahead. I'll wait right here.
You check the restroom carefully.
Yes.
Want me to buy you a Coke?
No.
Want me to buy a movie magazine?
Yes.
All right, I'll be right back.
It's warm, isn't it? I hope you're lucky enough not to have to fool with any in-laws. I've got a mother-in-law about to drive me crazy. At least twice a year we have to keep her from getting on a train and going back to her hometown. Oh, goodness. You know, her son spoils her, that's the whole trouble. She's just rotten spoiled. Do you live with your in-laws?
No.
Well, you're lucky. They're all stubborn. You know, my husband's as stubborn as she is. I told Louis this morning that she had that silent look about her, and I bet she tries to run away. But no, he said she wouldn't because she promised she wouldn't. And he believes everything she says. Honestly, I'm just worn out. I've had 4 Coca-Colas today just to keep my spirits up. Some people ask me why I don't have any children. Why, I tell them, I've got Louis and Mother Watts. It's all the children I need. What did you bring me? I've already seen this one. Honestly, I think we're just wasting our time here. She always tries to go by train.
She can't go by train, Jessie Mae.
She doesn't know that.
She's bound to know it by now.
Like I said before, I think we should just turn this whole thing over to the police. That'd scare her once and for all.
I'm not going to call any police.
It's for her own good, Louis. She's crazy.
Now, why would you say something like that? You know my mama isn't crazy. I just wish you wouldn't say things like that, Jessie May.
Well, you've got to do something. Let me tell you that. Or she's going to conk out somewhere. She'll get to Bountiful and die from the excitement. We'll have all sorts of expenses bringing her body back to her. Do you know what a thing like that can cost? Don't you know she had a sinking spell this morning?
I know, Jessie May. He told me 100 times. What can I do about it, Jessie
I'm
May?
trying to tell you what you can do about it. Call the police.
I'm not going to call the police.
Oh, you won't?
No.
Well, then I think I will.
Would you like this? I never read them, and my wife has already seen it.
Thank you.
Excuse me. Did an old lady come in here and buy a ticket to a town named Bountiful?
Where?
Bountiful.
Not since I've been on duty.
Well, how long have you been on duty?
About 5 minutes.
Where's the clerk who was on before?
She's gone home.
Oh. Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I found this handkerchief here that belongs, I think, to my mother. She has a heart condition, and it might be serious for her to be all alone. I don't think she has much money, and I would like to find her. Do you remember having seen her?
Well,
She'd be on her way to a town called Bountiful.
yes, she was here. She was here talking to me, and she left all of a sudden.
Thank you so much.
Looney.
I was right, she was here. This lady here just said so.
Well, it's too late now.
But this lady here was just talking to her.
I've talked the whole thing over with the police.
You didn't really call them?
I did. And they said that, well, she was just trying to scare us, and we should just go home and pay her no mind at all.
How can I go home without Mama?
The police tell me they have hundreds of cases like this every day. They say such things are very common among young people and old people.
Jessie May.
Oh, now, Looney, we're going to do what the police tell us to. They say she'll come home when she's tired and hungry, and well, that makes a lot of sense to me. I wish you'd think of me for a change. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life chasing after your mother.
All right, Jessie May.
Now, come on, let's go. Come on.
All right, but if Mama's not home in an hour, I'm going after her.
Honestly, Looney, you're so stubborn.
Isn't it a small world? I didn't know we'd be on the same bus. Where do you go, honey?
Harrison.
Harrison?
I changed buses there.
Oh, isn't that nice? So do I go there. Is that a moving picture magazine?
Yes, it is. Would you like to look at it?
Oh, no, thank you. The bus is a nice ride, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'd have liked to have taken the train, though.
I tried to go by train, but they said there were no connections tonight.
I know. When I was a girl, I used to take excursions from Bountiful to Houston to Galveston. Well, the day, you know. We'd leave at 5 in the morning and return at 10 at night. The whole town would come out to see you get off that train. I have such fond memories of those trips. Excuse me for getting personal. What's a pretty lady like you doing traveling all alone?
Well, my husband has been shipped overseas again, and I'm going home to stay with my family.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, just say the 91st song to yourself over and over again. It'll be a vow of strength and protection for them. hide under the shadow of the Almighty. For I shall say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress. My God, in Him I shall trust. Surely He shall deliver thee from thy fowler and noisome pestilence. He shall cover thee with thy feathers, and under His wing thou shalt trust. His truth shall be thy shield and thy buckler. Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I'm just lonesome for him.
Well, keep him under the Lord's wing and he'll be safe.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I don't know what comes over me.
No, nobody needs to be ashamed of crying. I believe we've all dampened our pillows at one time or another.
I just wish I could learn not to worry.
Oh, I know. My daughter-in-law, Jessie May, don't worry. What for, she says. Well, like I tell her, that's a nice attitude if you can cultivate it. Trouble is, I can't any longer.
It is hard.
I know. I never used to worry when I was a girl. And there was lots to worry me, too. Back in Bountiful, everybody was so poor. I remember asking my papa once, whoever gave this place the name of Bountiful? He said his papa did. That's because back then it was the land of plenty. And you just drop seeds in the ground and the crops would spring up. Oh, it's still the prettiest place I know of. Jessie May says it's the ugliest. But I know she just says that to make me mad. She only saw it once and in the rain at that. And then Sonny, that's my boy Ludi, I call him Sonny. He says not to answer her back. He says it only causes arguments. And nobody ever wins any arguments to Jessie May. And I guess that's right.
Mrs. Watts,
Yes, ma'am?
I feel I need to tell you something, and I don't want you to think that I'm interfering, but your son and daughter-in-law came in right after you left.
Oh, I know. That's why I had to leave so fast.
Well, your son seemed very concerned.
Oh, bless his heart.
He found a handkerchief that you had dropped.
Oh, Thursday, that's right. I did.
He asked if I had seen you. I felt I had to say yes. I would never have said anything if he hadn't asked me.
Oh, that's all right, honey. I would have done the same thing in your place. Did you talk to Jessie May?
Yes.
Isn't she a sight? I bet she told you I was crazy. Well, don't be afraid of hurting my feelings, honey. Poor Jessie May thinks everybody's crazy who doesn't want to sit in the beauty parlor and drink Coca-Colas all day. I bet she tells me 100 times a day I'm crazy. That's the only time Ludi will talk back to her. Ludi gets real mad when she calls me crazy. I think Ludi knows how I feel about getting back to Bountiful. Once when we were talking about something we did in the old days, he just broke down crying. He was so overcome he had to leave the room.
That's a pretty hymn. What's the name of it?
Softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling. Do you like him?
I do.
So do I. Jessie May thinks they're going out of style, but I don't agree with her. I always sing one walking down the street or riding in the streetcar. Keeps my spirits up. What's your favorite hymn?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I guess the one I'm singing is mine. I bet I sing it 100 times a day when Jessie May isn't home. Hymns make Jessie May nervous. Oh, did Ludi mention my heart condition?
He did.
Oh, Ludi, he worries about it so. I hated to leave him, but I hope he'll forgive me in time. Ludi never used to worry back in Bountiful. Neither did I. The smell of the Gulf would always quiet your nerves. You could just sit on the front gallery and just smell the ocean blowing in around you. I regret the day I left. But it was the best thing to do at the time. Farming was so hard to make a living by, and I had to see it, do it all myself. Ugh. Well, then our house was old and it needed fixing, and I didn't have money for that nor to send Ludi to school, so I sold the land and gave Ludi an education. Kelly said I could always come back and visit her, and she meant it too. That's who I'm going to stay with, Callie Davis. I get a card from her every Christmas. I wrote her last week and told her to expect me. Told her not to answer me back on account of Jessie Mae opens all my mail. And I didn't want Jessie Mae to know I was coming. She would try to stop me. Oh, Jessie Mae hates me. I don't know why, but Jessie Mae hates me. Well, hate me or not, I gotta get back there and smell that salt air and work that dirt. I'm gonna spend the whole first month of my visit working in Callie's garden. I haven't had my hands in dirt in over 20 years, and my hands feel the need of dirt. Have you ever worked the ground?
I never have.
Oh, try it sometimes. It'll do wonders for you. I bet I'll live to be 100 once I get outside again. It was being cooped up in those two little rooms that was killing me. Oh, I used to have to work the land like a man when my papa died. I got two little babies buried there, Renee Sue and Douglas. Diphtheria took Renee Sue. I never did know what buried Douglas away. He was always weak from the start. Well, I know Callie's been keeping their graves weeded. Oh, at the moment my heart holds out until I get back there. Where do you go from Harrison, honey?
Oh, God, my family's just moved there from Louisiana. I'm going to stay with them until my husband comes home.
Oh, isn't that nice?
It'll be funny staying with my family again.
How long have you been married?
10 years. My husband was anxious for me to go home. He worried about me being alone. I'm an only child. My mother and father and I are very close.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Being in the oil business, we were moved around a lot. I went to school in 15 places all along the coast. Moving around like that, I think my family was extra close. I so hoped my mother and daddy would like my husband and that he would like them. Well, I needn't worry. They hit it off right from the first. And now, mother and daddy say it's like they have two children, a son and a daughter.
Oh, isn't that nice? I've always heard when your son marries, you lose a son. When your daughter marries, you get a son. What's your husband's name?
Robert.
Oh, isn't that a nice name?
Oh, I think so. Of course, I guess any name he had, I would think is nice. I love him very much. A lot of girls I know think I'm silly about it, but I can't help it.
I never did love my husband. Do you believe that we're punished for things that we do wrong? I sometimes think that's why I've had all my trouble. I've talked to many a preacher about it. All but one said they didn't think so. But I don't see any other reason. Of course, I didn't lie to my husband. I told him I didn't love him, that I admired him, but I didn't love him, that I could never love anybody but Ray John Murray as long as I lived. And I meant it. I couldn't help it. Even after my husband died, and I had to move back in with my mama and papa, I would sit on the front gallery just to nod hello to Ray John Murray every morning and every evening as he rode by on his way to work at the store. He went a block out of his way to go by our house.
Why didn't you marry him?
Because his papa and my papa didn't speak. My papa forced me to write a letter saying I never wanted to see him again. He got drunk and married out of spite. His wife knew he never loved him. I felt sorry for him. I don't know why I'm thinking about all these things now. But they're all a part of Bountiful, and I guess that's why I'm thinking about them. You're lucky to be married to a man you love, honey.
I know I am.
Awfully lucky. Did you see that star fall over there?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it was the prettiest thing I ever saw. You know, you can make a wish on a falling star.
I know. I wish I'd seen it.
You go ahead and take my wish.
No, I couldn't.
Oh, yes. I've got my wish. I'm on my way to Bountiful. Now, go on.
Thank you.
Did you make your wish?
Yes, I did.
Want any help with those bags?
No, thank you.
Good evening.
Almost missed ya.
That'd be the first time for me.
Take it easy.
All right. Bye.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Is the bus to Old Gulf on time?
always is.
Honey, do you know what time it is?
It's 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. Won't Hallie be surprised to see me walk in at 12 o'clock?
Did you tell her you were coming today?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I didn't know. I had to wait for just a minute to go to the drugstore.
Well, my bus leaves in a half an hour.
Oh, I see. I guess I better be finding out how I'm going to get on to Bountiful.
Well, you sit down. I'll ask the man.
Thank you.
Excuse me again.
Yes.
My friend here would like to know how she can get to Bountiful.
Bountiful?
Yes.
What's she going there for?
I'm going to visit my girlhood friend.
Well, I don't know who that's going to be. Last person in Bountiful was Mrs. Callie Davis, and she died the day before yesterday. That is, they found her the day before yesterday. She lived all alone. They don't know exactly when she died.
Callie Davis?
Yes, ma'am. The funeral was this morning. Oh, was she the person you were going to visit?
Yes, sir. She was the one. She was my friend. My girlhood friend.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Is there a hotel nearby?
Yes, the Riverview.
And how far is it?
About 5 blocks.
Is there a taxi here?
No, ma'am, not this time of night.
Oh, Mrs. Watts. What are you going to do now?
Oh, I'm thinking, honey, I'm thinking. This calm is quite a blow to me.
I'm sorry. I am so sorry.
I know. I know. It's come to me what I'll do. I'll go on. That much has come to me. I feel my strength and my purpose strong within me. I'll go on to Bountiful. I'll walk those 12 miles if I have to.
Now, what if there's no one there this time of night?
Oh, that's right.
I think you should wait until morning.
I guess I should. Then I can hire me a driver. You know what I'll do? I'll stay in my old house. For what's left of it, I'll put me in a little garden. I'll get along just fine with the help of my government checks.
The man here says that there's a hotel nearby. I think you'd better let me take you there.
Oh, no, thank you. I don't want to waste my money on no hotel. They're high as cat's bats, you know. No, I'll just sleep right here on this bench, put my sweater under my head, my purse under my arm. Oh, honey, have you seen my purse?
Why, no.
Oh, I remember now. I left my purse on the bus.
Oh, are you sure you left it there?
Oh, yes, I remember now. I didn't have it when I got off the bus. Oh, I remember thinking that something was missing, and then I decided it was the suitcase she brought in for me. Oh, honey, what am I going to do? Everything I have in this world is in that purse.
Excuse me again, sir.
Yeah?
This lady has left her purse on the bus.
All right, I'll call ahead. How can you identify it?
It's a plain black purse.
How much money?
35 cents and a government check.
Who's the check made out to?
To me, Mrs. Carrie Watts.
All right, I'll call up about it.
Thank you, that's awfully kind of you. How long will it take to get it back?
If I can get ahead of the bus at Downtown, I can get them to put it on, send it back on a Victoria bus. It should be here in a couple of hours.
That's awful kind of you. I sure don't know what I would have done without you.
Try not to worry about the purse.
Oh, I won't worry. I'm too tired to worry. Besides, there'll be time enough for worrying when I wake up in the morning.
Why don't you go on and try to sleep right now?
Oh, no, I couldn't. I wanted to stay up and see you walk.
Try to go on and get some sleep.
Oh, I couldn't go right off to sleep now. I'm too wound up. You know, on this and every day in my life I go on a trip.
You're lucky. The bus hasn't gotten to Downtown yet. If they can find the purse, it should be here around 5.
Thank you so very much.
Make you feel better?
Oh, yes, it does. Of course, everything you seem to work out today. What I mean is I've been trying to get on that bus to Bountiful for 5 years. And every time Jessie May and Ludy catch me before I get into the railroad station real good. But today I got inside both the railroad station and the bus station. Oh, and I bought a ticket. And I saw Jessie May and Ludy before they saw me. I hid out, met a pretty friend like you, lost my purse. Now my purse is being found for me. Oh, I guess the good Lord is just on my side today. I wonder why he isn't on our side every day. Sure would be nice if he was. Well, I guess we wouldn't appreciate so much the days he's on our side. Or maybe he's on our side every day and we just don't know it. Maybe I had to wait all those years cooped up in those 2 rooms before I'd appreciate getting back there. Oh, softly and tenderly, Jesus is calling. Oh, it's so nice to be able to sing a hymn when you want to. Oh, I'm a very happy woman, honey, a very happy woman.
I have a sandwich left. Would you like one?
Are you sure you don't want it?
No, I'm full.
Well, I'll take half, thank you.
No, take the whole one. I'm not hungry.
No, just half. Thank you very much. I don't eat much anymore, especially when I'm excited. You know, I came to my first dance in this town.
You did?
Yes, ma'am. It was the summertime. My father couldn't decide if he thought dancing was right or not. But my mother said she danced as a girl and I was going dancing. And I did. Girls from all over the county came to this dance. It was at the Opera House. I don't recall the occasion, but it was something special. You know, honey, if my little girl had grown up, I would have wanted her to be just like you.
Oh, you.
Just like you. Sweet, considerate, and thoughtful.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Just like you. Sweet, and considerate, and thoughtful, and pretty.
Well, thank you. But Mrs. Watts, I have to ask you. I'm concerned about your son. Are you going to let him know where you are?
Yes, ma'am. Just as soon as I get that check cashed, I'm going to send him a telegram. You know, I was telling my friend here that I came to my first dance in this town.
Is that so?
Yes, and I've been to Harrison quite a few times in my life shopping.
You better get outside, miss. Bus will be up the road. It won't wait this time of night unless it sees we've got a passenger
Oh,
inside.
all right.
I'll help you there.
Thank you.
Goodbye, honey. And thank you so much for everything. Good luck to you.
Oh, thank you, and good luck to you.
Oh, thank you. Bye-bye.
Everything all right?
Everything's just fine.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Bye. Are you gonna stay here all night?
I guess I have to. Everything I have is in that purse. Can't go anyplace without money.
I guess that's right.
Do they still hold dances at Gordon's Opera House?
No, ma'am. It's torn down. They condemned it, you know. Say, did you ever know anybody in Harrison?
Well, I I knew a few people when I was a girl. Priscilla Nattell, did you know her?
No, ma'am.
Nancy Lee Goodhue.
No, ma'am.
The Fay girls?
No, ma'am.
I used to train at Mr. Ewan's store. I knew him to speak to.
Which Ewing was that?
George White Ewing.
Oh, he's dead.
Is that so?
Been dead 12 years.
Oh, is that so?
He left quite a bit of money, but his son took over the store and lost it all. Drank.
Oh, is that so? Well, one thing I don't have to worry about with my boy is drinking.
Well, that's good. I have one boy that drinks and one boy that doesn't. I can't understand it. I raised them both the same.
I know. I've heard of other cases like that. One drinks and the other doesn't.
A friend of mine has a girl that drinks. I think that's the saddest thing in the world.
Isn't it?
Well, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Wake up.
Yeah? Oh, hello, Sheriff.
How long has the old woman been here?
About 4 hours.
She come in on the Houston bus?
Yeah, sir. I know her name. It's Watts. She left the purse on the bus, and I had to call up the Don Tarl about it.
You got it first?
Yes, it just came.
Yeah, she's the one, all right. Got a call from Houston police, supposed to hold you till her son comes for her.
She said she used to live in Bountiful.
I seem to remember some Watts out that way a while back. I think that old ramshackle house about to fall into the Brazos River belonged to them.
Is that right? Yeah, they must have been before my time. What did the police want her for?
Now, police don't. The son does. Claims she's not responsible. Wants to take her back home. Is she that crazy to you?
Not that I noticed. Is she crazy?
They say so. Poor old thing. She's sleeping so sound, I don't know how to wake her up. Tell you what, I'll call down to Houston, let her know she's here. Her son's coming down in the car. Should be here about 7:30. I'll be back about 10 minutes. If she gives you any trouble, just call me. Keep an eye.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Excuse me, do you know what time it is?
It's around 4:30.
Thank you very much. Did my purse arrive?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, thank you. Could you cash a check for me?
I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, it's perfectly good. It's a government check, and I have identification.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Do you know where I can get a check cashed?
Why?
Well, I need money to get me started out in Bountiful. I want to hire someone to drive me outside the house, get a few groceries, and try to find a cot to sleep on.
I'm sorry, lady, you're not going to Bountiful.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, I'm sorry, lady, you're not going any place right now. I have to hold you here for the sheriff.
The sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you're joking with me. Don't joke with me. I've come too far.
I'm sorry, that's the way it is.
What has the sheriff got to do with me?
He came here a few minutes ago while you were sleeping, said I was to keep you here until your son came in his car this morning.
Huh, my son doesn't have a car. I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
It's the truth. He'll be here in a little while and you can ask him yourself.
So you're not joking?
No.
All right. But I'm going. Do you understand? You'll see. This is a free country. And no sheriff or president or king's gonna keep me from going to Bountiful.
All right, you tell him that.
Wait. What time is my son expected?
Sheriff says around 7:30.
And what time is it now?
I told you around 4:30.
Where can I get me a driver?
Ma'am?
If you can get me a driver, I can get to Bountiful and back before
Look, lady.
That's all I want, that's all I ask, just to see it, to stand on the front porch of my own house once more, to walk under the trees. I swear I'll come back meek as a lamb.
Lady.
Last night I thought I had to stay. I thought I'd die if I wouldn't stay. But I'm willing to settle for less, much less. An hour, a half an hour, 15 minutes.
Lady, it ain't up to me. I told you, the sheriff.
Well, then give me the sheriff.
Look,
No,
lady.
the sheriff, time is going. They're gonna have me locked in those 2 rooms soon enough. Time is going.
Watts.
Yes, sir. Are you the sheriff?
Yes, ma'am.
I understand my son is coming at 7:30 to take me back to Houston.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, listen to me, sir. I have come a long way. Excuse me, sir. I have come a long way. I have walked the streets of the city for 20 years, grieving and lost. And as I've grown older and my time is approaching, I've made myself one promise to see my home again before I die.
Lady,
I'm not asking that I not come back. I'm willing to come back. Just take me those 12 miles first. I have money I can pay.
that would be between you and your son.
My son, Looney, he'll do whatever Jessie May tells him to. I know why she wants me back, for my government check.
I don't know anything about that. It's between you and your son.
So you won't take me?
No, not unless your son takes you.
All right. Then I'm lost. I've come all this way only to lose. I've been thinking back there in those 2 rooms, day and night. I've been thinking. And I know it doesn't mean anything to you, but I've been thinking. If I could just step foot there for 1 minute, 1 second, I would get some understanding of why my life has grown so empty and meaningless. Why I've turned into a hateful, quarrelsome old woman. And before I leave this earth, I would like to recover some of the dignity and the peace I used to know. For I am going to die. And Jessie May knows this. And she's willful. And it's her will I die in those 2 rooms. But it's my will I die in Bountiful.
Mrs.
Won't you
Watts.
take me those 12 miles before it's too late? Understand me. Suffering, I don't mind. Suffering, I understand. I never protested once, though my heart was breaking when those 2 babies died. I could stand to see the man I love walk through life with another woman. But all these years of bickering, endless petty bickering, it's made me how Jessie May sees me. And I won't be that way I'm home. I'm home. I'm home. Thank you. I thank you. I thank you. I thank you.
Better sit down and rest for a while. You don't want to overdo it.
Yes, sir.
You feeling all right?
Yes, I'm feeling ever so much better.
You look better. I hope I've done the right thing bringing you out here. I don't see what harm it can do as long as you mind the doctor. Don't get overexcited. After a while, I'll go back to my car and leave you alone. I'll stick around till your sun arrives.
Thank you. You've been very kind. What kind of bird is that?
Redbird.
Oh, I thought it was a red bird, but it'd been so long since I heard one, I couldn't be sure. Oh, do you still have Scissortail around here?
Yes, ma'am. I see him every so often when I'm driving around the country.
Oh, there's nothing prettier than the Scissortail flying around in the sky. Oh, my father was a good man, a peculiar man, but a good one. One thing he couldn't stand is to see a bird shot on his land. When the men would come hunting, he'd get out his gun and chase them away. I think the birds knew they couldn't be touched here. Our land was always home to them. Ducks and geese and finches and blue jays, bluebirds and redbirds, wild canaries and blackbirds and mockers and doves and ricebirds.
Ricebirds are getting thicker every year. I think they thrive down here in the coast.
I guess a mockingbird is my favorite of them all.
I guess it's mine too.
I don't know though. I'm mighty partial to a scissortail. I hope I get to see one soon.
I hope you do too.
You know, my father was born on this land and in this house. Did you know my father?
No, ma'am, not that I can remember.
Oh, I guess not many people around here do. Of course I do, and my son, Louie. Maybe a few old-timers back in Harrison. You know, funny, since we got here, I half expected my father and my mother to walk out of that house and greet me and welcome me home. Oh, I guess when you've lived longer than your house and your family, you've lived too long. Oh, maybe it's just me. Maybe the need to belong to a house and a family and a town has just gone from the rest of the world.
How big was your farm, Mrs. Watts?
There was 375 acres left when my papa died. You said the general store burnt down 15 years ago?
Yes, ma'am. What was left of it? You see, with the new county roads we got going through here now, the new towns and stores and everything, they're all disappearing. So farmers are going to Cotton or Harrison to trade.
Well, what happened to all the farms? I've seen nothing but woods for the last 5 miles.
I know. The land around Bountiful just played out. People like you got discouraged, took off, and sold it for whatever they could get. J.T. Mavis bought most of it. Yeah, put it up for timber. Well, he's got a few head of cattle around right now. That's about all.
Callie Davis kept her farm going.
Yes, she did. She knew how to treat the land right. She did well right up to the end. You know, they say she was unattractive the day before she died. Lonesome death she had all by herself in that big old house.
Could be worse things.
Looks like you're gonna have a pretty day.
I hope so. My daughter-in-law, Jess May, has never seen our place in the sunshine. I expect my son will bring her along with him, and I'd hate for her to have to see it again in the rain.
Are you feeling more rested now?
Yes, I am. Thank you.
All right, then I'm gonna go back to my car and leave you alone. If you need anything, just call.
Thank you so much. You'll never know how much this has meant to me.
That could oblige, man.
Mama? 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 Hello, Mama.
Hello, son.
How do you feel?
I'm feeling better.
That's good. They told me at the bus station you had another attack.
Well, that's right. I guess it was all the excitement, though. But I'm feeling fine now.
Yes'm?
I got my wish.
Yes'm?
I hope I didn't worry you too much, son. But I just felt I had to come.
I know, Mama.
I know, son. It's hard for you to understand, and for Jessie May to understand.
It's all right, Mama. It's over with now, so let's just forget about it.
All right. Did you bring Jessie May with you?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, now that she's here, isn't she going to get out and look around?
She didn't seem to want to, Mama.
You asked her.
Well, yes, ma'am.
Did you ask about your raise, son?
Yes, ma'am. And Mr. Douglas said he liked my work a lot, and he'd be glad to recommend a raise for me.
Oh, isn't that nice? Have you ever seen a sky so blue, Ludi?
No, ma'am.
Callie Davis died.
Is that so? When did that happen?
Well, they don't rightly know. They found her dead. She had been riding her tractor the day before they found her. They buried her yesterday.
Mama, I should have made myself bring you here before. I'm sorry, but I just thought it'd be easier on both of us not to see the house again.
That's all right, Ludi. Now that you're here, would you like to go inside and look around?
I don't think so, Mama. I don't see any use in it. It would just make me feel bad. I'd rather like to remember it like it was.
Well, the old house has gotten kind of run down, hasn't it?
Yes, it has.
I don't think it'll last out the next Gulf storm.
I don't believe it will.
You know who you look like standing there?
Who?
My papa.
Do I?
Yes, you do. Of course, I've been noticing as you've been growing older, you look more and more like him every day. He was a very good-looking man.
Was he?
Well, you've seen his pictures, didn't you think so?
I don't know, Mama. It's been so long since I looked at his pictures.
Everybody always considered him a very good-looking man. Do you remember my papa at all, son?
No, ma'am. Not too well. Of course, I was only 10 when he died, Mama. I remember the day he died. I heard about it as I was coming home from school. Lee Weems told me. I thought he was joking, and I called him a liar. I remember the day you took me into the living room there and say goodbye to him. I remember the coffin and the people sitting in the room. Old man Joe Weems took me up on his knee and told me that Grandpa was his best friend and that his life was a real example for me to follow. I remember Grandma sitting by the coffin and crying. She made me promise that when I had a son of my own that I would name it after Grandpa. And I would have too. I never forgot that promise. Well, I never had a son or a daughter. Billy Davidson told me his wife's expecting her 4th child. They got 2 girls and a boy now. Billy Davidson doesn't make much more than I do, and they certainly seem to get along. Own their own house and have a car. It does your heart good to hear them tell about how they all get along. Everyone's got their own job. Even the youngest child, and she's only 3. She puts napkins around the dinner table at mealtimes. That's her job. Billy said to me, Ludi, I I don't know how I'd get along with all my kids. He said, Louie, I don't understand how you get along, what you work for. And I said, well, Billy. Oh, Mama, I haven't made any kind of life for you, either one of you. And I try so hard. I try so hard. Oh, Mama, I lied to you. I do remember this house, our life here. The night that you woke me up, took me for a walk because of the full moon. I cried because I was afraid and you comforted me. Oh, Mama, I want to stop remembering. It doesn't do any good to remember. That's Jessie Mae.
Whose car did you come in?
Billy Davidson's. He didn't want me to at first. You know how funny people are about lending their car out, but then I explained what happened and he was real nice about it. We gotta start back now, Mama. Jessie Mae's nervous I'm gonna lose my job.
Did you ask for the whole day off?
No, ma'am. I only asked for the morning off.
Well, what time is it?
Must be after 8. We were a little late getting here.
Well, it only takes 3 hours to drive it, doesn't it?
Well, yes, ma'am, but we might get a flat tire or run into traffic or something. Besides, I promised Billy I'd get his car back to him by 12.
Ludi, why do I have to go back? Why can't I stay?
Mama, you can't stay.
Ludi.
You know this.
Ludi.
Now, come on, Mama.
Ludi, what's happened to us? How did we come to this?
I don't know, Mama.
To have stayed and bought the land would have been better than this.
Yes, ma'am.
Soon it'll all be gone. 10 years, 20 years, the house, me, you.
I know, Mama.
Well, the river will still be here. In the fields. In the woods. And the smell of the gone. That's where I always got my strength from, Ludi. Not from houses and not from people. It's where I got my strength from. It's so quiet. So eternally quiet. I had forgotten the peace and the quiet. And it's given me strength once more to go on and do what I've got to do. I've got my dignity and my strength back.
I'm glad, Mama.
And I'll never argue with Jessie Mae again or cause her any problems. Do you remember when my papa had those fields there planted in cotton?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you see, they're all woods now. But someday I expect some people will come along, they'll cut down all the trees, and then they'll plant some cotton. Maybe even wear out the land again. Then their children will sell it and move to the cities. And the trees will grow back up again.
I expect so, Mama.
Yeah, we're a part of all of this. We left, but we can never lose what it's given.
I expect so.
Ludi, are you coming in now?
We were just starting off, Jessie Mae.
Hello, Jessie Mae.
I'm not speaking to you. I bet you're proud of the time you gave us, dragging us all the way out here at this time of morning. Louis loses his job over this. I hope you're satisfied.
I'm not going to lose my job, Jessie Mae.
Well, you could,
All right, Jessie Mae.
and she should realize that. And did you tell your mother what we were discussing in the car?
No, I thought we could talk it all over on the drive back to Houston.
Well, I think we should have it all out right now. I'd like everything understood.
What is it, Jessie
I've
Mae?
got it all written down. Would you like to read it, or would you like me to read it to you, Mother Watts?
What is it, Jessie?
It's a few rules and regulations that are necessary to my peace of mind. And I think to Louis. Now, Louis says you may have a few of your own to add. I'm perfectly willing to listen if you do. But first of all, I'd like to ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Just what possessed you to run away? Didn't you know you'd be caught and have to come back?
I had to, Jessie Mae. 20 years is a long, long time.
But you could have died from the excitement. Don't you know you could have died?
I knew.
You didn't care.
I had to come, Jessie.
Well, I hope it's out of your system now.
It is. I've had my trip, and that's enough to last me the rest of my life.
That's good. That's the first thing on my list. Well, number one, there'll be no more running away.
Oh, there'll be no more running away, Jessie Mae.
Number two, no more hymn singing when I'm in the apartment. When I'm gone, you can sing your lungs out. Agreed?
Agreed.
Number three,
Jessie Mae, can't this wait till we get
now,
home?
honey, we decided I was going to handle this. No more pouting. When I ask a question, I'd like an answer. Otherwise, I'll consider it's pouting.
Agreed.
Fourth, the condition your heart is in, I feel you should not run when you can walk around the apartment.
All right, Jessie Mae.
That's all. Is there anything you'd like to say to me?
No, Jessie Mae.
Well, I might as well tell you right now, I'm not staying in the house and watching over you. Joining a bridge club. Going to town at least twice a week. If you go now, it'll be your funeral, you understand?
I understand.
All right.
And Mama, we also agreed that we're all gonna try our best to get along together. Jessie Mae realizes that she too gets upset sometimes when she shouldn't, don't you, Jessie Mae?
Uh-huh.
So let's start by having a pleasant ride back home.
Is there any water around here? I'm thirsty.
I don't know, Jessie Mae. Mama, is there any water around here?
No, the cistern's gone.
When I was a boy, I used to drink right from the creek over there, Jessie Mae. We had a cistern, but I always preferred to drink right from the creek. It seemed to me that the water just tasted so much better there.
You wouldn't catch me drinking out of any creek. Well, I knew a man once who went on a hunting trip and drank out of a creek and caught something and died.
Well, there's nothing better than cistern water for washing your hair. It's the softest water in the world. That's a red bird.
What?
A red bird.
Oh, that's what I thought you said. I can never tell the difference. Do we go back by the way of Harrison?
Yes.
Good. Then we can stop at the drugstore. I'm so thirsty I could drink 10 Coca-Colas. Are you all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Where's your purse?
Are you talking to me, Jessie Mae?
Who else would I be talking to? Since when did Looney start carrying a pocketbook around under his arm?
I guess I left it inside.
Where?
Oh, I'll get it.
Oh, no, you'll take all day. I'll get it. Where'd you leave it?
In the parlor off the front hall.
All right. Now, I don't want to be left alone in this ramshackly old house.
Mama.
It's all right, son. Everything is all right.
Well, here's your purse. Now, where's the money for that government check?
I haven't cashed it yet.
Where is it?
It's inside the purse.
No, it isn't.
Well, here, give it to me. That's a great joke on me.
Well, what's so funny?
Oh, I caused a man a whole lot of trouble last night because I left this purse on the bus because I thought that check was in it. And it wasn't there the whole time.
Where was
It was right here. That Peterson's yesterday afternoon.
Well, give it to him before you go and lose it again.
I won't.
Yeah?
Jessie Mae.
Well, I'm not going to wait
We're
around.
gonna stop this wrangling once and for all. Now, you've given me your word, and I expect you to keep to your word. We all got to live together, and we're gonna live together in peace.
It's all right, son. Let Jessie Mae take care of the check.
Here, you keep the check. But don't go and lose it again before we get home. Now come on, let's go. Come on.
Mom, if I get that raise, you won't.
It's all right, son. I've had my trip. Now you go on. I'll be right back. Is that a scissor tail over here?
I don't know, Mama. I didn't get to see it if it was. They fly so fast. house always used to look so big.
Goodbye, Bountiful. Goodbye.
That was the best player. Wait, what do you mean technical?
Mom, I can never get down.
I feel that emotion. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That was my coat.
Right here, Deidre.